back to Mind-Body Relationship, where we talk about the mind, the body, and the relationship. Hi, Dr. Laurie. How are you today?
I'm doing really good, Emerald, and how are you doing?
I'm doing really good, too.
Perfect. Well, today we're going to be talking about something that I think might be helpful for everybody. I know for myself, lately, I've been doing a New Year's resolution, and I all of a sudden noticed just the other day that we are now in April.
Yep.
Aha! Mm-hmm. And how time flies. So I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do in regards to getting myself motivated to achieve my own New Year's resolution?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you make New Year's resolutions, Emerald?
I have a list, actually.
A list?
I have 8 New Year's resolutions this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
8. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So today I thought we would pick one. I only made one.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, we pick one, and then we would actually really do a technique in order to see if it's motivational, a sort of storyboard, if you will.
Okay.
6 different panels in order for us to be perhaps motivated to achieve that goal.
That's a great point. SMART goal, almost. You know, plan everything out so you actually know where you're going with it.
So true. What is a SMART goal? A SMART goal is specific, right?
Yep.
Measurable.
Yep.
Achievable.
Yep.
Relative. And timely.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So the idea is that if you pare it down, make it specific, then it's very directive.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And this is kind of very much like that.
Yeah, very much so.
So what I decided to do with my New Year's resolution was I wanted to make it personal to me as opposed to business oriented or work oriented or that sort of thing. So a few years ago, more than a few actually, I went to a conference, and the one thing that I found, because I always have like a sales area, were these beautiful American flutes. They were gorgeous. And there was a fellow that was like accompanying me walking around, and he played one. He said he took it wherever it is that he was traveling to. He would sit in his hotel room. He would play it. It was beautiful and wonderful. And they have like such a haunting sound.
Really?
I love the sound. So, of course, as I'm looking at these things, the reward part of my brain was going off. You can do this. This is beautiful. Get one. And, of course, the other part of my brain, which is to do with planning, was saying to me, don't buy that. You have a recorder at home. You have a piano at home. You never play them. You never even got to the point where you could play something. So one part of my brain was going off. The other part of my brain was going off. And which one do you think won?
Probably the
reward center of my brain. And I bought one. Beautiful. And I tried to play it for a few days, and then it's actually sitting on top of my piano, lovingly and beautifully displayed for several years now. So when it was that I was coming up with, well, what do I want to do actually really personally this year, that's what came into my mind. Let's actually really get to the point where I can play something, right? Just something, even if it is something that I'm like making up on the fly, just to get that haunting sound. Anyway, so that was my decision for this year. What was yours of all the ones that you picked that you would like to work on today?
Okay, so I had an amazing experience where I got to go to Edinburgh, and I spent a month there doing stand-up comedy every night for an entire month. And some funny person was like, you know how we could save money? If the entire month we were in Edinburgh, we camped. So I camped for an entire month. And, just over the years, I've met, very interesting people, so I decided to make a one-woman show about it. And I wrote it, and it took me a year, actually. That was my last year's resolution. And I've gotten to the point where I really want to put it on stage.
Wow.
So I'm really hoping that we can figure out a way for me to get my butt in gear and figure out a way to put it on stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So that sounds like a bigger endeavor, perhaps, maybe not even, than me learning how to use my American flute.
Yeah, well, yep.
We'll see. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to use something called the GIFT technique. Guided imagery focusing technique, right? So the idea is to create a storyboard where it is that you're using images to identify exactly what it is that you need to do in order to be able to progress through achieving your goals.
That sounds really good.
Well, images can be really, really powerful.
For sure.
I mean, the truth is you have to be able to see yourself making the achievement in order to make the achievement.
Right.
Sports psychology uses this all the time.
Oh, really?
Yes, the truth is that if you actually really want to win, you've got to see yourself as a winner.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
So let's give it a try. We've got some markers in front of us, and I've prepared our pages here. And so let's give this a try in regards to creating our images. Now, I think that the point is it's not about the perfection of drawing, and that's really the key. It's not about that at all.
Oh, thank gosh you said that.
It's really about doing the concept, creating the image, and actually really having that in your mind, right? That's you mentalizing the process, right? That's the benefit of guided imagery. It's really a guided imagery technique. You're guiding yourself, imaging yourself through the process so that you're motivating yourself to achieve those goals.
Right.
Right, okay. So number one is the buying in process. Understanding the concept and accepting it. So that's number one. So when you think about that with what it is that you would like to do, as well as myself, what is that? What is that for you, that buying in process that will actually give you the motivation to start to put that together for yourself?
Well, I spent quite a lot of time writing it, so I feel I have a connection and a certain obligation to actually put that time to use and put it on stage.
Well, that sounds really good. Understanding the concept and accepting it for my American flute. I think it's about knowing that I really do have to put the time and the effort into it.
Right.
Right? It's got to actually be in my hands. Beautiful as it is, sitting on my piano, not achieving anything there. Except for looking good. All right, so how about if we create that? Let's see, I'm just going to use this color here. All right, so buying into the concept that it actually really has to be in my hands. And for you?
Well, I haven't read it for a really long time, so I guess buying into reading it again.
Sounds like a plan.
Looking at yours for an example.
First thing I have to get right is my hair. Oh dear, there's just something about that. Okay, so here we are. You know, it's been so long since it is that I've actually seen my American flute. This sounds bad. I forget exactly how it is that
it looks like?
Yeah,
Oh
I know,
my
this
gosh.
sounds horrible. Oh
Yes,
my
it does.
gosh, yes, I know. All right, so what I've done is I've drawn myself actually really sitting, enjoying the fact that I'm doing it, right?
Cool.
That's my thought. Anyway, okay. So now what we're gonna do as the first of our storyboard, and you've drawn yourself as
Sitting there reading it.
reading it over. That sounds really good. So buying in, so understanding it and accepting it. All right. So number two is discovering your own personal motivation, and what are the benefits?
The benefits of getting it done?
The benefits of getting it done.
Being able to say that I did it and having it on my resume.
Beautiful. That sounds perfect to me. When I'm thinking about my personal motivation and what the benefit is that I can actually really use that ability to create that haunting kind of sound in regards to, like, you know, doing meditations, that sort of thing, right? As a sort of like a relaxation process, something that I can actually say that I do in my spare time.
That's a good point. I actually have a hobby.
That's right, exactly. Okay, so that sounds good. All right, so what are the benefits? So the benefit is, at night, that I actually have something that I do. Night sounds. Beautiful. Perfect. All right, so now we have number 3. Number 3 is creating your personal goal image.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so that's actually what kind of person do you want to become?
Oh.
Right? So what is your personal goal image? That is actually really about who it is that you are doing what it is that you're actually really wanting to do. It has to become a part of who it is that you are.
Right.
So this is just the starting process of what that's going to look like. Yeah, so what kind of person do you want to become?
I would like to be a well-rounded performer.
Oh, good. Okay, that sounds really good. Yeah. Me too. I think well, not actually really like performing. But anyway, so just just about me actually really doing something, right? Something's for me. So that's making it a part of me. Okay, so let's see what it is that we can come up with that. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to draw this process that we're doing right now, which is using what we're doing as a part of, you know, our podcast, our YouTube.
Gave myself 6 fingers. Drew the thumb, and then it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, it's funny, eh?
Now I just have one really big fat finger.
All right, so this is to do with programming, right? So now we're going to program our brain, right, with the goal image.
Right.
So this is us identifying and merging with this goal image, making it true to who it is that we are as a part of who it is that we are.
Okay.
Right? Okay. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do the image of us, again, you know, doing what we're doing right here, right now, and having it that it's actually really us here. And then I get to draw you because you're a part of this too. So interesting how it is that you have specific hair as well. That we're both here. And so this is actually really me with the image of myself in mind, right? As I am a person with that image of herself doing this. All right, so now that we have programmed how it is that we'd like to see ourselves, basically you could identify that as your best self.
Yep.
Right? You could also use the words true self or ideal self, right? Now what we're going to get in touch with is how is it that we're going to resist temptation?
Oh.
Yes.
This is a big one.
It is a big one because we've got to actually really set the stage for doing the work of what it is that we actually really want to achieve. instead of going back to who it was that we were before we decided to set this goal. Resisting temptation, for me, when I think about that, because I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, I drew myself actually in the evening, personal motivation, that I'm going to set aside time to do that. To me, that means it's not about watching TV.
Oh, God.
I know.
Why would you say that?
I know. So it's about resisting temptation is turning off the TV for me.
Wow.
I know. And maybe even it's more than that. It's not only turning off the TV for me, it's having a place where I'm comfortable that is my place to
learn how to play it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right, so that would be me. What would resisting temptation look like to you?
Resisting temptation, I guess not being so rigid when it comes to options that fall into place, because every time you go to do something always falls in front of you that you're going to have to readjust everything that you thought you were going to be able to do. So I think being flexible with the end product is a big thing for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Just going with it regardless.
Yeah. Okay,
that makes sense. All right. Okay, so I'm going to draw our most beautiful TV.
It's hard to draw it turned off even.
I know. It's just a big white space right there. And my most, comfortable chair. And I'm not in it. I'm just not in it. And so where I am is actually really not there. I'm over here. And I know this is probably going to sound really bizarre, but I'm probably going to I'm going to put the computer screen up for myself, because I'm figuring that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be somebody teaching me how to do this.
Mine is a person dodging arrows, and the arrows are challenges.
That sounds really good. I think that sounds really good. Perfect.
That looks really good.
That looks really good. Okay. All right. So now we have our last image, which is actually really achieving the goal, and experience the feelings of pride and self-respect. So it's not only just doing it, but how it is that you actually really feel about yourself that you've achieved it.
Great.
Yeah. So, what does that look like?
I think having a glass of wine after the show is over for me.
I think that's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So a reward.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. What would the reward be? That's a really good question. Because it's not necessarily just being able to hit the notes or play the tune. It's a feeling, I think.
Well, I feel like for you, and I can't imagine you ever denying this, but a reward is having the title.
The title.
Maybe you should have like a shirt that has a picture of you playing the flute. You can walk around and be like, I can play this.
Oh, wow. I don't think there's a title of American Flautist. Oh, dear. Okay. All right. Well, maybe
I'll put my hair down even for this one.
Ooh. And then I'm going to put not only these notes around, but I think I'm going to add in big heart here, kind of like the Grinch That Stole Christmas. Heart got bigger and bigger and bigger, right? I'm actually going to put myself on your screen.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that I'm actually really
gonna film yourself.
I'm gonna film myself.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm actually really going to be filming myself doing it.
Great.
I'm actually even going to write the date on it. 2020. There you go. It's going to make this year worthwhile.
Learning that.
Learning that as opposed to being caught in the fact that the world is, falling apart.
After this is all done, at least you can say you can now play a flute.
I can play my American flute hauntingly. It'll match the year.
Yeah.
A haunting year.
Yeah.
All right. This is excellent. Perfect. Now we have our storyboard.
Yeah.
We've organized it out. It's a very different way of doing a SMART goal.
Very different, yeah.
And how do you feel about it?
I feel really good about it. I really like being like visuals with learning, with seeing myself. I do have a dream board at my house actually, where I take cut out pictures of myself doing the stuff that I want to do, like cutting out a picture of my face and putting it on a plane and saying Cuba and things like that.
Not this year.
No.
Anyway.
But yeah, this is very, I think, attuned with what I associate with success and getting there.
Interesting. All right. Well, maybe next time we'll try out a dream board.
That sounds really good.
And see the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And if you had the opportunity to put together your own storyboard for whatever it is that your New Year's resolution was, please forward it to us and let us have a look. It would be very, very interesting.
Yeah. I'm really
we can
excited.
all do it together.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what people come up with.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you like this conversation, please drop a comment below so we can talk about whatever topic that you would like us to discuss, and give us a like, subscribe, stay subscribed, and thank you so much for tuning in.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye for now.